Carl Jung's work on masculinity is particularly relevant today as we grapple with changes in the value of masculinity within contemporary society. Jung believed that masculinity is not just about physical strength or dominance, but also about the integration of the anima, which is the feminine aspect of the psyche. The anima represents the unconscious feminine qualities that reside within the male psyche, such as emotionality, intuition, and creativity. The importance of integrating the anima for a man is not yet understood in its complexity. It is complex because if integrated to the extreme, you become what contemporary society calls a simp, and if not integrated properly, you cross the line into becoming a tyrant. Jung believed that men who are not in touch with their anima can become imbalanced and prone to destructive behavior. He argued that the integration of the anima is essential for personal growth and psychological health, as it helps men develop a more balanced and holistic view of themselves and the world around them. Take the example of the extremes. As a man, traits that are attributed to masculinity, such as aggressiveness, assertiveness, and competitiveness, are essential to climb the social hierarchies within a given community. You want to make more money, or have a luxurious car, or be feared. These are all wants and desires to climb the competence hierarchy within men. Achieving such things requires a form of masculinity that tends to ignore the anima in a man, often due to the competitiveness of the masculine environment. If you are at the top of the hierarchy and run a successful business, the use of the feminine attributes is less likely to be of utility. With that being said, a man must still integrate this aspect into other parts of his life in order to follow the path of individuation and become a well-rounded individual within his community and family structure. A great example of the need to integrate anima within males is when they take on the role of a father. Let's say your son has been getting into trouble at school. Your method of discipline has been negative reinforcement, often through the lens of characteristics of extreme masculine temperament. In this sense, you discipline him through physical discipline, taking away enjoyable activities, as well as verbally expressing how you feel through an aggressive tone. This works well, and one can argue that the role of a father is to discipline his son in this manner. But with that being said, in order for this form of discipline to not enter an environment of tyranny and turn the father into a tyrant, the integration of the anima is important. This often looks like a father who displays a sense of empathy and kindness towards his son. He may sit him down and ask him what is wrong, and may even forgive him for his misbehavior. The integration of the anima is thus extremely useful for a father, but it must be carefully used so that the father does not take or replace the mother and still holds a temperament where most of his behaviors are influenced by traditional characteristics of masculinity. For example, if the father is too kind, then the son begins to lack an authority figure, and thus the family loses a sense of unity and order. Therefore, masculinity in an unequal balance among males is important. You must maintain a majority of your characteristics and temperaments to fit in with traditional masculine imperatives such as aggressiveness, assertiveness, dominance, and competitiveness, but leave room within each circumstance and situation for an unequal representation of feminine or the anima within you. Empathy, kindness, and even submissiveness at times and when carefully used can be used to elevate traditional masculinity, and without such elevation, a man is never complete and struggles to reach the end or the top of his individuation process. Therefore, it is important to understand that patterns are not always equal, and in this sense, the integration of the anima should be within an unequal patterned format. A clear example of the integration of the anima is the attraction that females have when a father is gentle with his newborn son or daughter. There's a sense of protection, but at the same time, the father is able to bring forth a form of gentle touch, kindness, and care. And this is a representation of the father who's following the masculine individuation process and slowly integrating the anima. He puts aside his masculine tendencies and brings forth the feminine characteristics necessary for the development of the next stage in life, which is fatherhood.